Clara learns the true name of the Doctor, time zombies, and new details on the season finale. It's Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. Better bring your library card.
Now that's just showing off.
Hey everybody, it's Sunday, which means new Doctor Who. This week's episode is really like Jules Verne meets Hogwarts School of Time Travel. That's right, time travel is magical. You better hope the Sorting Hat puts you in House Gallifrey, otherwise you might not be here at the end of the season. Since Stephen Moffat has taken over Doctor Who, they've really treated the laws of time travel in roundabout ways and broken those laws as often as they feel they need to. You won't believe how much a time travel jaywalking ticket is in Los Angeles.
What's going on?
Things get really timey-wimey during the story. For instance, the big reset button in the time rift really don't make a lot of sense according to the normal laws of time travel that Doctor Who's established before. The Doctor always says that he can't interact with his past self, but he always breaks this rule. That doesn't explain the reset button, but it is one of the big problems with this episode.
There might be a certain amount of yelling.
It's gonna hurt.
Things that end your life often do that.
One of the biggest problems was actually the reset button and the writing on it that burned into Clara's hand. There should have actually been a timeline that they started out in where there was no writing and no reset button. If this had been the case, then everyone would have had to die in that first timeline for the Doctor to realize at the last minute that he would have to write something on that reset button and push it through the time rift. Speaking of the time rift, they don't really mention it at the beginning of the episode, and when you see it at the end, and they use it to basically solve the problem in the episode to keep the TARDIS from blowing up, it feels really strange. I felt like the writers just could have called attention to it when they broke back into the TARDIS. It's not really a deal breaker, but when the show treats time travel in such a casual way, it makes it a little bit harder to follow. What I really liked about the episode was Clara traveling through the rooms in the TARDIS. We got to see the Gallifreyan crib. We even get to see a planetarium from Classic Who and the infamous pool. But the real fun was in the library. Clara stumbles upon the great history of the Time War, and even though all complained that she just flipped the book open and found the Doctor's name, it was really cool. I feel like that's a device that all TV shows use, so I won't complain too much about it. Let me know what your favorite room in the TARDIS was, right below in the comments. Obviously mine was the library. I wonder where he stashes all his porn. What would Gallifreyan porn look like? Would it just be a bunch of TARDISes in a centerfold, or a TARDIS reconfiguring itself? Definitely a nice money shot of a TARDIS. I give this episode a B just because the Doctor is really starting to feel like a mean character. I don't really know why he had to trick the salvage team into helping him rescue Clara when he could have just done it as fast himself. If the TARDIS is reconfiguring itself into a labyrinth, then adding more people to the equation isn't really going to help, and the subplot about them stealing bits of the TARDIS really slowed things down. In reality, they had 30 minutes to save Clara, and they spent about 5 of those just arguing about the reconfiguration circuits. Even though it was really cool to get that hand scanner explanation of how awesome the TARDIS was, I felt like we didn't really need that. No, I felt like we all feel like the TARDIS is really awesome already.
No, stop! Please, don't touch it.
I'm actually more excited about next week's episode, The Crimson Horror. It guest stars Diana Rigg with her real-life daughter. She's actually on Game of Thrones right now, starring as the Queen of Thorns. I have a video that I did that it kind of explains why her character on that show is so awesome. I'll have a link to that in the description.
So that's who.
The history of the Time War book and Clara learning the Doctor's true name actually helped lay some groundwork for the series finale. Stephen Moffat confirmed in a recent interview that the title of the episode, The Name of the Doctor, is not a dodge. We will learn his real name, and he will wrap up the mystery of Clara, which I think will leave some interesting places for them to go in the Christmas episode and next year's Series 8. Our other big clue for the finale is the prophecy.
The fields of Trenzalore, the fall of the 11th, and the question.
So obviously they're talking about the Doctor's name. It'll be really interesting to find out why it's so crucial that nobody find out what the Doctor's real name is. Obviously he's not the Master. It's not going to be some giant twist, but I'm really interested to see what Stephen Moffat does with it. Let me know what you think the prophecy means and what you think his name might signify to the episode, even if we don't know what the name will actually be. Remember, the Whispermen will be the big monster in the finale, and that will also play a role in what happens.
We are going to the north.
Be sure to subscribe to get my Crimson Horror video next week. I'll also be doing my Game of Thrones video tomorrow on Monday, and my new Summer of Awesome video on Friday. In the meantime, you can click here to watch my latest Summer of Awesome video. It's called Spoilers into Darkness. It's awesome, you should check it out. And you can click here to watch more Doctor Who from this season. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on Monday for Game of Thrones. Bye!